So what were some of your favorite things in science this year?
Nature.
And what about nature?
Cephalopods.
And what are cephalopods?
Octopus, squid, nautilus, and cuttlefish.
What kind of animals are cephalopods?
Invertebrates.
Invertebrates. So did you study invertebrates this year?
Yes.
And what else did you study?
All the animals and plants and fungus.
So you studied the whole range of life.
Yes.
And this was the first year you ever did a science fair experiment, wasn't it?
Yes.
So what did you do your science fair project on?
Yeast.
What about yeast?
Seeing how many reproduce in different temperature water.
And how did you know how many reproduced in different temperature water?
We tested it.
But we tested it how? By baking it into bread, right?
Yes, by baking it into bread.
And what did you discover?
Yet 50 or 60 is the perfect temperature.
Degrees Celsius.
Yes.
If it goes more than that, what happened?
It kills the yeast, and the bread isn't big enough.
That's right. Anything else you want to talk about that we did in science this year?
No, thank you.
All right, thanks. What were some of your favorite art projects this year?
My Miss Key projects.
Miss Key's your favorite art teacher, isn't she?
Yes.
So what did you do in Miss Key's classes?
Environmental sculptures. I read about them first, then I make them.
So what environments did you do this year?
Canyons, deciduous forest, pond, coral reef, and deep sea. Arctic.
Wow.
And prairie.
That sounds great. And you also studied the animals that lived in those environments?
Yes.
You got to study some interesting animals, didn't you?
Yes, like the lemming and the prairie dog.
You liked those guys, didn't you?
Yes.
Was it a lot of fun?
Yeah.
But you also like to do a lot of drawing on your own, don't you?
Yes.
You like to do cartoons, don't you?
Yes.
How do you think your cartoons are compared to last year?
Better? I think they show more emotions and my animals look more realistic. Though my animals never looked very realistic and they still don't look very realistic.
You're getting better all the time, aren't you, honey?
Yes.
But you've also been working on your basic skills, haven't you?
Yes.
Let's talk about reading. You love to read, don't you?
Yes.
What kind of books do you like to read?
Calvin and Hobbes, Tintin, The Far Side, and Cephalopod books.
Cephalopod books. How has your reading come along this year?
Good.
What has happened in terms of your reading this year?
I can read on my own.
And you don't need me or Daddy or anybody to read to you anymore, do you?
Yes.
So that's really good.
Yes.
Do you remember what the reading test said you were doing in terms of your reading level?
Really good.
Really good. It said 5th or 6th grade.
Yes.
So you're doing really well in reading.
Thank you.
How about your writing? How's that going this year?
Good.
What writing projects have you worked on?
A complete and total cephalopod book.
How long was that book?
Long, 32 pages.
That's long. That's good.
Yes.
How about your science fair? Did you have to write something for that?
Yes.
What did you write?
I forget what it's called.
A lab report.
A lab report.
So you had to write in scientific ways too, didn't you?
Yes.
Have you found it easier to write this year than last year?
Yes.
And why is that?
Because I know more things.
You know more things?
Yes.
You know more words?
Yes.
And you know how to spell more things?
Yes.
And how about your handwriting? How's that coming?
Good.
Do you see any improvements this year?
Yes, it has better spacing.
It has better spacing. And did you learn anything new this year with your handwriting?
Yes.
What did you learn?
I learned how to write in lowercase letters.
Do you like lowercase letters?
No, not really. I like uppercase better.
But it's good to know both, right?
Yes.
Finally, let's talk about math. Now, math isn't one of your favorite subjects, is it?
No.
But I appreciate how hard you've been working on it this year.
Thank you.
What are some of the new things you've learned in math this year?
Multiplication.
Multiplication. And what goes with multiplication?
Times tables.
Times tables. And what about the math operation that's kind of the flip side of multiplication?
Division.
Yeah, division. This is the first year you did division too, right?
Yes.
And what else did you learn that's sort of related to division?
You mean fractions?
Yeah, we did fractions for the first time this year too, didn't we?
Yes.
And what did you have to do for your science fair project. Do you remember?
A graph?
A graph. And that's the first time you'd ever made a graph.
Yes.
So even though that's not your favorite subject, you've done a lot of new work this year in that area, haven't you, hon?
Yes.